Robert De Niro just tore into Trump on live television, and social media is in a frenzy. MAGA supporters are outraged, Trump is fuming, and this explosive moment is spreading like wildfire. But what exactly did De Niro say that sent shockwaves through the nation, and how will Trump respond? Let's break it all down because this battle is far from over. Have you seen the latest clash between Robert De Niro and Donald Trump? It's like a scene straight out of a blockbuster film, except this time, the drama is unfolding in real life. The legendary actor just delivered a verbal takedown so brutal that it's sending shockwaves across social media, leaving Trump supporters absolutely stunned. Never one to hold back, De Niro took the stage at a high-profile event, exuding confidence. The audience expected the usual Hollywood small talk, but De Niro had other plans. Instead of discussing his latest film, he went straight for Trump, delivering a speech that no one saw coming. With razor-sharp wit and a no-nonsense attitude, De Niro unleashed a scathing critique, calling out Trump's actions and character with the kind of precision that only a seasoned performer could deliver. The moment his words hit the air, the entire room froze. Shocked expressions, hushed whispers, and gasps filled the space as people realized this was no ordinary speech. It was an all-out verbal assault on the former president. And just like that, the internet exploded. MAGA supporters, caught off guard, erupted in outrage, unable to believe what they had just heard. The impact was immediate, striking right at the heart of Trump's public image. But the real question is Trump going to react? And will this unexpected showdown ignite a bigger controversy? Stick around because things are about to get even more intense.
We've heard you talk about the former president. You have called him a fraud, a con artist. You've said he's a New Yorker like you, and you have watched this brand of BS.
I think of how absurd it is. And this might be the one case where that could be it for him. It's a state case. He's sick. He is really, genuinely a sick person that somehow has been allowed into our system. He's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk. He's a dog. He's a pig. He's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face. Thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. This is somebody that we want for president? I don't think so.
Does it give you some sense, not of joy, but of relief at least, that he's potentially facing some consequences? Because, as you've said before, this guy's a con artist, and he's gotten away with it for years.
I'm not calling him, I'm tired of calling him names. He just can't be anywhere near the office of the presidency. It's funny, I was just thinking that he actually became president. He could have done good things. Instead, he had to do it all wrong.
You've played a lot of bad guys. Would you ever play Donald Trump?
Never. There's nothing about him, there's not one redeeming thing in him that I can see, ever. He's so, as we all know, so narcissistic and self-centered. I don't think they really understand. And historically, from what I see, even in Nazi Germany, they had it with Hitler.
It turns out that while Trump is quick to dish out insults, taking them is a whole different story. And now, the real question looms: will he respond to this public humiliation? Will Trump fire off another all-caps meltdown on social media? Will his supporters call for a mass boycott of De Niro's movies? Or will he retreat to Mar-a-Lago, sulking over a Diet Coke while pretending none of this ever happened? As De Niro's speech spreads like wildfire, it's clear that the impact is far from small. Social media erupts into chaos. Trump loyalists are in full meltdown mode, furiously calling for Hollywood boycotts and declaring De Niro an enemy of the people. Some are even dramatically vowing to destroy their copies of Goodfellas and The Godfather Part T as if that'll erase the actor's legacy. It's a reaction so over the top that it borders on comedy, a spectacle of outrage that only fuels the conversation further. But this isn't just another celebrity outburst. De Niro's words cut deep, tearing through the carefully crafted image Trump has built. The stable geniuses, De Niro just exposed that as anything but stable. And when a Hollywood legend speaks, people listen. This isn't just another internet feud or a minor celebrity taking a jab at a politician. This is the man who brought to life some of the most unforgettable characters in film history: Jake LaMotta, Travis Bickle, Al Capone. When De Niro speaks, his words carry weight, and whether Trump likes it or not, this moment is now firmly cemented in the public conversation. But the real question is, what happens next? Will this ignite an even bigger war of words? Or will Trump's response take an even more unexpected turn? De Niro has faced off against mob bosses, unhinged taxi drivers, and even survived the comedic chaos of Meet the Parents. Compared to all that, taking on Trump is just another role in his legendary career. The difference? This time, it's not a Hollywood script, it's real. And De Niro isn't playing a character. He's calling out Trump for exactly what he sees him as: another over-the-top antagonist in his ever-growing rogues gallery. So what's the next move in this high-stakes feud? Will Trump attempt a clever rebuttal, trying to match wits with a man whose sharp dialogue has defined generations of cinema? Or will he retreat, licking his wounds while indulging in another round of fast food therapy? One thing is certain: this clash is proving to be more entertaining than some of De Niro's more recent film ventures. But hold on, this isn't over yet. In fact, things are about to get even messier. If you thought Trump's Twitter meltdowns were something to behold, just wait, because now he's got a whole new platform for his unfiltered outbursts: Truth Social, or as some might call it, a digital echo chamber where facts go to die. Now, picture the scene: Trump, perched on his golden toilet, furrowed brow, phone in hand. His thumbs fly across the screen, firing off insults at lightning speed. No Twitter, no problem. Truth Social is his new playground for late-night tirades. His signature name-calling strategy kicks into high gear. Punchy De Niro, low IQ Bobby. The usual mix of playground taunts and exaggerated bravado. He's throwing out insults as fast as he polishes off Big Macs. But here's the thing: does anyone actually take these jabs seriously anymore? Because while Trump rages on his digital soapbox, De Niro remains unfazed. After all, he's been in the business long enough to know when the villain starts flailing, you've already won. But here's the real kicker: every time Trump rants, more people tune in to what De Niro actually said. It's like watching a toddler throw a tantrum in a grocery store, except this one has bad hair and a social media megaphone. And Trump, he's only making it worse for himself. His over-the-top reactions aren't shutting down the conversation, they're amplifying it. De Niro's words are now spreading faster than one of Trump's late-night Twitter storms, and suddenly, the narrative isn't about some Hollywood actor mouthing off, it's about how the former president can't take an ounce of criticism without spiraling. And let's be honest, if anyone deserves an Oscar for their performances, it's Trump. Have you ever watched one of his rallies? The exaggerated expressions, the dramatic pauses, the punchline delivery. Maybe he's been secretly taking acting lessons from De Niro this whole time. The difference? De Niro's roles are scripted, while Trump's entire career feels like improv gone off the rails. Now, let's get real for a second. Did you know that during his presidency, Trump averaged 18 tweets per day? That's more social media activity than a hyper-caffeinated squirrel on a sugar rush. And now, with De Niro's roast still fresh and sizzling, everyone's waiting. Will Trump's thumbs start twitching? Will he launch another 2 a.m. rant from his golden throne? Or brace yourselves, will he actually put down the phone for once? But here's the real shocker: maybe we've had it all wrong. Maybe this isn't just a petty Hollywood versus politics feud. Maybe Trump's entire presidency was nothing more than an elaborate audition for his next big reality television comeback. The Apprentice, White House edition. Imagine the first challenge: trying to read the Constitution without dozing off. The season finale? A desperate bid to hire a new VP before getting voted off the political island. Now that's a plot twist even De Niro wouldn't see coming. So what's next? Is Trump going to fire back with another half-baked nickname for De Niro? Will he rage post about Hollywood elites in another all-caps meltdown? One thing's for sure: this showdown isn't over yet, and we're all just waiting for the next scene to unfold. So what's Trump's next move? Will he fire off another incoherent rant, or will he pretend none of this ever happened? Either way, one thing is crystal clear: grumpy Trumpy can talk a big game, but when it's time to take the heat, he folds faster than one of his bankrupt casinos. This isn't just a war of word sets, a masterclass, and putting a bully in his place. De Niro just schooled Trump like an amateur in his first acting lesson, proving once again that intelligence, wit, and pure charisma will always outshine empty bravado and bad spray tans. It's like watching David versus Goliath, but instead of a slingshot, De Niro's armed with brutal honesty and a legendary career to back him up. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay on top of the biggest celebrity and political showdowns, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Trust me, this drama isn't over yet, and you won't want to miss what happens next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.